Okay, here you have to understand that a reflection is informally a flip, and the line y is -3 is going to be this line right here. So how can we flip over this line? We have to go point by point. V is going to be 2 points up right here, and T is also going to be 2 points up right here. And of course, F stays the same because it's on the line of reflection. Okay? So that should be the solution. Does it make sense? Does it look like it's flipped pretty precisely? Yes. So that's our answer for 1. Okay. Let's do this one. Okay, for this one, again, very similar, but the line's going to be right here. So we just have to go point by point. This is M. This is C. Let me make that more clear. That's M, that's C, and where does F go? We need to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is F prime. And we connect it. Okay, let's make it more accurate this time so you can really see it. Okay, so it's basically like that if it were correctly, you know, perfectly drawn, that would look like that. Alright, this one, the y-axis is simply y is 0 base. Oh, the y-axis, I'm sorry. So the y-axis is right here. So we have to go point by point. H goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So G is going to be 2 more. So this is G prime. And then K is right here. So it looks like that. So my point is to go point by point, and then it's really simple in my opinion. Okay, a rotation 180 degrees, the best way to think about it is, so to get from X to the origin, I go down 2, left 1. I'm going to go down 2, left 1 again. So this is my X prime. B, I go down 1, left 2, so I go down 1, left 2. Y, down 3, left 3, down 3, 1, 2, 3. And A, I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, left 1, so I go down 1, left 1. So let's connect it now. Okay, so that's what you want to go mean by a rotation. You go the same distance, so to speak. Okay, now it's saying, is the triangle similar? And I mean, there's many tests, but one of them is simply if this ratio holds. This is on the left, this is on the right. Obviously, they're equal. So that's kind of a test for similarity. Just make sure you go the same order. So JKL is the big one, so it's similar to JBA. Notice the order because, you have to do it in precise order. Okay, again, if the lines are parallel, if a line is parallel to the base of a triangle and, reaches both the other sides, then we say that it is similar. So just go with the precise order. ABC would have to correspond with triangle AED, and similar, you can say. Okay, now we have to be careful here. We have to be careful here. So let's do our. We're gonna have to do some logic here in math. Now, if this is 99 and this is 117, this has to be 18. Okay, this has to be 18. And this is gonna have to be 110, right? So let's do our test. Is 110 divided by 20, is that equal to 99 over 18? And I would use my calculator to find that out. Let's go see what that is on the calculator. So I get 5.5, and I get 5.5. So because they're equal, you want to say they're similar. Just be careful. KLM, you want to say KUV. Notice the order, it's important. Okay. Okay, so these angles have to be equal in order for them to be a similar triangle, so you just say no, not similar. If this were, 36 and 36, it would work, but they're not equal. That's going to make the lines not parallel, okay? Okay, so this is not too bad. You have to remember that angles that kind of make an X are always equal. So I'm going to make this equal. Side, angle, side. This is the side, this is the angle, that's the side. So let me just say this. We have we have side, 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 angle, side, angle, side, angle. You want to look for these to see if they're congruent or not. Again, it's trying to flip it, but look at the order. We have an angle right here, then a side, then an angle, angle, side, angle. So it should be pretty straightforward that it is angle, side, angle. You want to say congruent by ASA. You can just say that. That's a good enough justification. Okay, here they're not congruent because it does not fit any of our postulates, congruent postulates. So you say not congruent. Okay, here, again, remember that those x angles are always equal, so this is equal to that. Angle, side, angle. Angle, side, angle. Congruent by ASA. Okay, now, how do you do these ones? You have to remember that there's something called SOHCAHTOA. Okay, so if we have a triangle, and this is x, and this is, let's say, I'm going to make, this is 3, 4, 5. So sine of x equals 4 over 5. That's opposite. So x is opposite of x is 4, and h is hypotenuse, is the longest side, is 4 out of 5. So cosine of x is, it means adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent is the side next to x, that's not the longest one. So that'll be 3, right? So it's going to be 3 over hypotenuse is 5. And tangent of x is opposite over adjacent. So what's opposite of x is 4. And remember, adjacent is the side next to x, that's not the longest one. So it's 3. So that's basically how you want to think about all of these. I would pause this and kind of think about how I got these. Okay, because this is opposite hypotenuse, adjacent hypotenuse, opposite adjacent. And this is sine, cosine, and tangent. So that's all you have to know for these. So tangent of z, z is right here. So it's opposite. What is opposite? It's 48. And then adjacent is the side next to z. That's not the longest one. Is 14. We can reduce that to 24 over 7. So tan of z is 24 over 7. Okay, sine of x. X is right here, so we want to go opposite. It's 21. Hypotenuse is 29. That comes from my SOHCAHTOA. So 21 over 29. Cosine of c is adjacent over hypotenuse, so c is right here. Adjacent is the side next to it. That's not the longest, so 24. Hypotenuse is 30. So we can reduce this. I'm going to keep dividing by... So what can we do here? We can divide by 3. So I get 8 over 10. Divide by 2. I get 4 over 5. All right, cosine of z. Z is right here, so we want to go opposite over hypotenuse. Sorry, adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent is 18, hypotenuse is 30. Again, this all comes from this stuff right here. You have to memorize this. Okay? Opposite over hypotenuse, adjacent hypotenuse, opposite adjacent, and this is tangent, cosine, and sine. Okay, this stuff should be really easy because you're just basically multiplying. So scale factor of 2, 3 times 2 is 6. This is the stuff that's... I would probably do this first just because the easiest part, get the confidence up. Okay, so 12 times 1/6 is 2. This is obviously going to be 2c. So 7 times 3 is 21. Again, very straightforward here. Okay, so each side is going to be doubled, so it has to be this one, Okay, so again, very straightforward. Okay, find the missing length. Now we have to remember that our proportionality rule, if this is 4, this is 5, obviously. So do we know what this is? No. So you set up a proportion. 5 over 4 equals 10 over x. So you cross multiply. 5x is 40, x is 8. Okay, again here. This is tricky because now look at this logic. If this is a line, let's say it's 12, right? Let's say it's 12. If this is 3, there's going to be 9 left, so I can say there's 12 minus 3, right? If this line is 4, it's going to be 8. I could say 12 minus 4. Now, if we don't know what it is, I'm going to say this is x. So this is 12 minus x. So I'm going to call this x. This is 12 minus x. I don't know what that is. So let's set up a proportion. 3 over 6 equals x over 12 minus x. Cross multiply. And I'll let you do it from this step here because you want to solve this equation. Okay. Again, same logic. So I'm gonna call this x this time because that's what I want to find, and this is 14 minus x. So set up a proportion. 2 over 5 equals 14 minus x over x. Cross multiply. 2x equals 5 times 14 minus x. So 2x equals 90 minus 5x. And you could solve it from there. I'm sorry, 70. It's going to be 70 minus 5x. So I think you get x is 10 at the end, but finish this off and you should get the answer. Okay? Again, I'm going to call this x. So 4 over 20 equals x over 25. You can cross multiply. So 20x equals 100. x must be 5. Again, same thing, 8 over 4 equals 10 over x. So x has to be 5. Straightforward problem. Again, call this x. So 12 over 9 equals x over 12. Cross multiply, 9x equals 144. Divide by 9. So this is your solution. Okay, that's it. That's the test.